In this video, we'll show you how to do the chain stitch and set up your hand with your hook and your yarn. We'll be using Serdar Stories, and you want to use the yarn and hook in your pattern. So you want to take your yarn, and first we're going to get set up by doing a slip knot. You want to make sure that you've got a nice long tail and that you don't do your knot too close to the end. You're going to take it in your hand and you're going to wrap around your fingers. We're going to come in through that loop, pull the tail through and create a little loop here, which if we pull our tail can get smaller. So I'm going to go through that one again. We come around our fingers, through the loop, pull, not pulling the whole tail through, to create a loop here that we're going to put on our hook. And we're going to pull slightly, but we don't want to pull it too tight. Now you want to hold your hook in your dominant hand, and you can hold it like a pen or like a knife. I'm going to be holding mine in pen grip. And in our other hand, we're going to hold all the tension. Tension is really important with crocheting. So if you're new to crochet, you want to try this and see what feels best for you. So I'm going to come over the top of my palm, pinch my two fingers in, round my finger, and then I'm going to grip. And I've got a little grip here, and I call this the shadow puppet bunny. And the main thing here is we've got our antenna for tension. Now our thumb and our forefinger are going to pinch the tail close to our hook, and we've got this antenna here, and that holds a really smooth tension. You want to feel what's best for you, so you might also prefer to hold with your middle finger, using your index finger for your antenna, but this bit of tension really helps us with our chain stitch and getting a smooth movement. So I'm going to set my hand up again, so I'm going to go over my palm, pinch these two in, round the back of my hand, grab these in a hold and pinch my chain. Holding really close to your needle really helps with setting us up. And getting this hand hold right is really important because that helps with the next step. We're now going to start doing our chain stitch. So we're set up and we're ready to go. And you can see here the first stitch is not very tight on my hook. We want to come over that antenna. So yarn over hook. And you can see here we really want to use the hook to help us. So when we pull towards us, just rotate it down. And you can see here the yarn is sort of trapped in our hook. We want to use this to clearly pull through the loop. And that's our first chain. We're going to repeat that. So yarn over the top, wrapped around our hook, twist our hook down, and then pull through to create a really smooth movement. Yarn over, round, twist, pull through to create a really smooth movement. And this is the chain stitch. So I'm going to repeat that: over, twist, pull through. Over, twist, pull through. When doing your chain, jump up to hold as close as you can to the hook. This gives you more control. If making a chain for a foundation chain, you want to make sure you pull through and not too tight, because the chain stitch is where you can really sometimes pull too tight and it's harder to work into it for our next stitch. After you've done a few, you can see your chain creates a bit like a plait. You don't count the stitch which is on the hook. So when you're counting your chain, you only count the chain as a stitch when it's come off your hook. This is the front, and to count the front of your chain, you want to count each stitch, and the front is what looks like a plait. If we rotate our chain over, you can tell this is the back of your chain because you can see the little bumps across. You want to keep practicing this and getting your hand hold right before you jump onto the next step. And that's our chain stitch. Practice until you're confident and then head to serdar.com for more stitches, beginner kits, patterns and yarn.